Today we had our open Q&A and coaching session inside of Magnetic Business Academy, which is a 6-month program dedicated to helping you up-level every area of your life and your business. And one of the women, you can ask questions there on the spot, or you can submit them ahead of time. And so one of the women used the form to submit a question, and essentially she talked about going through these cycles and phases where sometimes she feels really connected to her own intuition and her inner voice and the communication that she receives from what we call GUS, which is an acronym for God, Universe, Source. And then there are other times where she doubts herself and second guesses herself. And so she was wanting support in ways that she can really tangibly practice opening her heart, opening her mind, and tuning in to the information around her and making decisions and taking action from that place. And so it was great that she submitted this question ahead of time because I was able to be with it and I was jotting down some notes. I was able to take some notes to powerfully support her, and I'm going to share these with you in just a second. But as I was taking notes, I was just intuitively writing things down as they were coming in no particular order. And I thought to myself, I want to turn this into an acronym because I love acronyms. I mean, I just used one a few seconds ago. God, Universe, Source equals GUS. And we love that. And what I did naturally was I looked, right? Because an acronym is taking the first letter of a word and piecing it together, and it makes it easier to remember. And when you can remember, you can use it more frequently. Can you see this? H-E-L-P. Help. So I created the HELP acronym to help her, and hopefully it will help you when it comes to making decisions, gathering information that is most aligned for you. You ready? Let's dive in. So the H is for human design. Do you know what human design is? It's a really cool tool that we could talk about for hours and hours, but essentially it helps you figure out, based on a bunch of cool information, the way that you are uniquely wired. And there's a piece of information, if you look up your human design, Google it, you can find it out for free. There's something known as your authority. Your authority relates to how you're designed to make decisions. So when you know this, it is such an empowering tool. We talk about human design quite often inside of Magnetic Business Academy, quite often in some of my other programs. We had a guest expert last month, and so we used human design as a foundation, understanding your authority, understanding the way that you uniquely receive and process information. So there's that one. E is for evidence. Our subconscious mind likes to look for evidence. And so if you're having a hard time connecting with your intuition or having a hard time practicing trusting yourself, I recommend that you grab a journal and you make a list of all of the times when you listened to your intuition, when you listened to that inner voice, when you heard messages from God, Universe, Source, and you acted on those things and it led to something big and beautiful. Having a pile of evidence of how safe it is to trust those nudges, those whispers, that information is going to make it easier for you to tune in, listen, and act on them in the future. Speaking of L, speaking of listen, the next one is listen and act. So many of my clients come to me and say that they want to have that relationship, that connection to their own inner voice, and they want to move and operate from that place, but they have a hard time. The thing is that voice is always speaking to you. That connection is always there. But what ends up happening is a lot of us get that information and we bat it away. We ignore it. The more you ignore it, the harder it is to connect to. So start practice creating space in your day, in your calendar to tune in, to receive and listen to that guidance. I highly recommend having this be early in the morning. The closer to the period of time waking up before all of that noise comes in, the better. And then this is probably the hardest and scariest part, and like the hardest and scariest piece out of all of this is when you receive that information, when you listen, when you hear it, when you take it in, you must act on it. Instead of saying, oh no, I don't want to do that, that's scary, and pushing it away, right? If you want to cultivate that connection, you want to have that clear communication, you've got to use it when you get it, when it arrives. Then the last one is pray. Whatever that looks like for you, pray. I also put /ask and receive. So many of us forget that we are not human beings. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are not meant to go it alone. We at all times have a connection and access to the infinite wisdom of God, universe, source, energy. But we often forget that. I teach this, I practice this, I preach this, all the things. And there are days and moments when I forget this. And so next time you're feeling stuck or you want to open up that connection, notice, have you cut yourself off from that wisdom? This is our crown chakra. This is our connection to the energy, the voice of spirit. Next time you are needing an answer, needing clarity, needing a sign, needing literally anything, see if you can release it from your own control and ask. Like my favorite prayer is the simplest prayer of all. It's show me, show me, show me. I'm ready. Guide me. I'm ready. And you can be really specific with that. What are you wanting to be shown? What are you wanting to be told? And you better believe, ask and you shall receive.